know a lot about cars if you didn't know. It's good to be a gangster. Alright, go, 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 go. Go, go, go. No. They're gonna go. They're gonna kill us. Come on, come on, go.
Hold on. You take it.
What?
You take it. You don't have it.
Come on.
I'm coming. Hold on.
Come on.
Hurry.
Stop. Stop. Get in the car. Now.
Yeah.
Drive. Oh, that was easy. Another easy.
Ooh. Another victory for the OGs. Oh.
Hey guys. Bye guys.
No.
No, we don't. No. We gotta go back. He had the case.
Oh shoot, he did.
We gotta go back quick. Drive.
Dude.
Floor it.
They're leaving.
Die, scum. Die. Oh, go. Oh no, we gotta chase him. We gotta chase Halfwell. We gotta go kill him.
No, wait. I thought that was Almont. That's Almont. Wait, is
Alan's
it?
behind us. That's Halfwell.
Wait. Shoot, I was looking at the
I
color
can
of the
tell by
car.
his suit.
I was looking at the color of the car.
There.
Are you sure? Oh, they are.
Kill him. He's in there.
Shoot. No, they're driving off. Get back in. Get back in.
Go.
They might be.
Just go to Halfwell base. Just go to Halfwell base. See if they're there. I think I hear gunshots.
Shoot. They better not.
You must be hiding. Oh. You're stuck in the bike thing, I think.
Okay, you try and get us out of this mess.
Okay, watch me. Watch me.
I'm gonna check Halfwell. Yeah, there's no car. There isn't any cars. Yeah. Let's check Almont.
Alright, let's go to Alamont.
That's what I said.
There.
I
Because there's still a guy
Also,
who's
I'm
alive.
I'm pretty sure that Halfwell was the one chasing us, and we were chasing Almont.
I'm pretty sure that was Halfwell, but okay.
Well, we'll see.
I'm like 200% sure that was Halfwell.
Wait, look.
Die! 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 Oh, you're dying.
Shoot.
Die! Die! Die!
We're hitting and running him, bro.
Don't waste all your ammo, soldier. Die! Oh no. Shoot him! I don't have any ammo.
Okay, we'll have to take theirs.
I need their gun. I'll take that gun.
Alright, I have like 9 bullets left.
Okay, I'm gonna take a shot. Halfwell has to be at the base by now. There's no way.
Wait,
Oh, Halfwell!
that's an Almont guy. You're freaking joking right now. No Big Deal is probably one of my favorite Roblox games as of recently. It calls itself a shooter, and while it technically does have guns as a pretty big aspect of the game, I feel like the game is less revolved around shooting and more revolved around negotiation. The game makes it very clear that it takes inspiration from other games like Sub Rosa, as the developers said so in the description. It also says it was based off Dolden's Pillar and Custer's Quest for Gold 2, The Isle of Hate, but I'm pretty sure these games aren't even real. I've never played Sub Rosa, but looking at some gameplay on YouTube, the resemblance is a little uncanny. I would make a video directly comparing the two, but since I've never played the original, I don't think it'd be completely fair. But today, instead of going over things I like and things I don't like in separate sections, I'll be going over each aspect of the game individually, going over their ups and downs in one chapter. I just think this would be more convenient for the viewing experience. One of the biggest aspects of No Big Deal is negotiating with the other teams or companies to get the best deal. Each team is given a phone that lets them call another team so they can make terms about a deal. Those deals he'll be making are over this comically large floppy disk called the project. It's the basic MacGuffin that all matches revolve around. You're either trying to get the project or sell it to someone else for some fat stacks. The amount of fat stacks are usually discussed over the phone with other companies. Sometimes other players will even ask what other teams offered in order to one-up them on their price. You're also encouraged to get better deals because the money you get from them is used to buy better items later in the game. However, one thing to note is that you can buy money in this game. Fake money, of course. This can help you one-up other teams on their bid, even if you don't actually have the money to back it up. Of course, other teams don't gain anything from taking fake money, and there's, of course, also ways to tell if the money is fake. And, of course, nobody likes being scammed, so this one little mechanic leads to a lot of shootouts. Some people, upon spotting fake money, will question the other team, and they sometimes talk it out because maybe 1 or 2 of the stacks are real. However, a lot of people just like to start blasting. There's a lot of other reasons to shoot another team. Maybe they're acting shady, not putting their guns away. Maybe they just didn't bring a briefcase for some reason. Maybe you don't really feel like letting go of the money you offered them. Or maybe you just don't like that team. All completely valid reasons for mass murder. All of these possibilities, only limited by the imagination of other players on the server, is what makes No Big Deal so fun. It's almost impossible to predict what will happen next. If another company is running late, they could either be double-crossing you or just have a really bad driver. The heavy reliance on player interaction and communication is what makes this game so unique from all the other Roblox shooters, and it's what makes this game so fun to play. Although one big issue on relying on communication, especially voice chat, is that it is very easy to get VC banned. Like, imagine the shitty Roblox text filter that, we've all experienced, and then put it on your voice, and then when Roblox gets pissed off they said choom or some bullshit, they ban you from being able to say or hear anything. I know some people who get VC banned can still hear, but I can't hear VC when I get banned, and it's really annoying. I don't know why it's different for other people, but it's still a problem. And for some reason, I feel like more people get VC banned at No Big Deal than in any other Roblox game. And it's not because we're swearing or anything. In fact, I hear the N-word, hard R, more times than mic up without anybody facing consequences than I hear anybody say the slightest curse in No Big Deal. This could probably just be chalked up to some sort of placebo effect, but I wouldn't rule anything out just yet. I don't think the developers can really do anything about this, as Roblox is more responsible with these kinds of bans. And on the bright side, the bans only last 5 minutes, and then you can rejoin and everything's back to normal. However, I do remember one guy suggesting to make the game 17+ so the filters would be more lenient, but I think if they were to go this route, they should make a separate place with 17+ enabled, so people under 17 can still play a version of the game. But overall, I think No Big Deal excels at the social aspect, despite the fact that you can't scroll up in text chat to see past messages. That's really annoying. Please do something about that. Shooting is a very major aspect in No Big Deal, second to negotiation. This means that it must be good, or else you can risk losing a lot of players to a singular core mechanic. So, how does shooting work in No Big Deal? Well, to me, it's kind of like shooting cannons in Sea of Thieves. Aiming is mostly based on the position of the barrel of your weapon and readjusting based on the trajectory of your previous bullet. You may have a crosshair in No Big Deal, but at the end of the day, you never really use it as it barely helps you aim. And on top of that, there's a few other factors you have to account for when shooting. In Sea of Thieves, it's the waves and the direction both ships are headed. And in No Big Deal, it's the weapon sway and sometimes the movement of either player. As you can probably tell, this is a very unorthodox system. And while some people are technically better at shooting than others, it can still feel very luck-based at times. And I don't think you can even really argue realism for this because I've shot a gun before and it's way easier to hit shots from much further away in real life. However, let me be devil's advocate for a second. I think the luck behind shooting shots in this game adds to the unpredictable and cinematic nature of the game. It's hard to predict whether or not you win a shootout because even if the other person is more experienced, you still don't know if they're going to be able to land their shots. It's gambling, essentially, and everybody loves gambling. It also adds to the cinematic feel of the game because, like in a lot of movies, both sides are going to be missing half their shots. This also lets people get away with ridiculous maneuvers that wouldn't be possible if aiming was easy, similar to a lot of action sequences in movies. I was also going to say that I can discourage starting shootouts because you have no idea if you can win or not, and therefore encouraging negotiation. But being completely honest, people are more than eager to shoot somebody in this game, even when it isn't remotely necessary. And I suppose this is where I get back to the negative. I know a few people that were turned off from this game just by its shooting mechanics, and I can see where they're coming.
This video from your channel, but this gang is about as zeros both again, some gunk ideas. I'm freaking all this message from the future, so pass me as the scene is ignored again. Pass me, missed out on some important deeds. The fact that the No Big Deal Discord server has a suggestion channel where they specifically say they aren't gonna do shit about your irons. Pass me was gonna go on about making a crosshair line with where you playing your iron, or even making you actually aim out sights. Generally got flatlined, and I had to curl out my vocal cords because the alarms got torn out by angry mobs. That's why I sound like this, by the way. Anyways, sorry for the interruption. Got it, Delta.
It doesn't have to be a massive change, but something to lift up the low interest that some players might have due to the shooting mechanics. And to be honest, every time I lose a gunfight because my first shot wasn't anywhere close to where I thought it would go, my interest starts to fade a little too. And call me crazy, but I don't think it'd be that bad if they made just a little change. Overall, the shooting is mostly acceptable in my opinion, but it's not perfect. I personally, after getting used to it, don't mind it all that much, but it is a pretty major turn-off for new players. This isn't really that important, but I just wanted to talk about it. Most Roblox games that let you keep your avatar are 9 times out of 10 gonna look extremely out of place. So, although many people want to see their avatars in game, many developers just replace them with models that actually fit in the game world. However, in No Big Deal, instead of fully replacing your avatar, the game takes aspects of your avatar and puts them onto a player model that fits the game. It usually only takes your hair and sometimes beard, but some accessories allow you to get a hat. I initially thought if your avatar had a hat, then you get a hat in game, but apparently not. I'm not sure if it's a front accessory or a neck accessory that gives you a hat, but I digress. I think this system allows you to recognize specific players and adds a lot more personalization without even really having a player customization menu. It's also funny when someone has a ridiculous haircut that you can see in game, but other than that, there is something that is important. There is one very big issue with the player characters in this game, and that is team recognition. You saw in the intro of the whole debate on who was chasing us and who we were chasing. That's due to the poor team recognition in this game. Ignore the fact that he did recognize the teams. I think my opinion overweighs that guy's. All the teams wear very desaturated suits, and while Halfwell can kinda get a pass by being the only blue company, Almont and Bergman are both different shades of brown. Some people call Almont gray, but that's not true. They're wearing light brown, and nobody else can convince me otherwise. I am dying on this hill. To be fair, it's not completely impossible to tell which team is which if you're up close, but in tense situations and from far away, it can be almost impossible to tell. It doesn't really help that the car color doesn't correspond with their team color. Team recognition is one of those things in this game that I've heard other players complain about over VC, and I can't help but complain too. However, I don't have any problem in this game. This is probably going to be one of the more easier fixes, and definitely one of the more less controversial things if it does actually get a change. First of all, I just make the car color correspond to the company color. It just makes sense, in my opinion, and I don't think I should have to explain myself. Second of all, I changed the team colors up a bit. One issue you could come into this, though, is what colors you change them to. I understand if you want the suits to be less saturated to be more realistic, but I've seen some pretty bright and colorful suits in real life, and I don't think they look that out of place. However, to be fair, those more bright and colorful suits are indications of actually being wealthy, and the average crook wouldn't have a nice suit, but I digress. I think you could either change the team color to the color of the phone tower above each of their bases, or to the colors on their Discord server. Yes, you can join the companies on their Discord server, and I joined Almont because they get cowboy hats, and cowboys are awesome, and you can't tell me otherwise. I think it'd be more straightforward to do the Discord server's colors, as the only one that's really different is the Almont one. Halfwell is still blue, Birmingham still brown, but Almont is a bright white, although it's more of a light teal color for some reason. Anyways, I think the bright white could fit Almont because white suits are a thing, and so are white cowboy hats. I don't think it'd be ridiculous at all to have white suited cowboys in this game. It also wouldn't be that ridiculous to have slightly more saturated colors for the other teams as well. But overall, the player avatar, no big deal, is pretty cool, but it could use a little work. I think I should start this section off by saying how I rate things. I think one big issue with my older videos is that I gave out numbers without really saying what they mean. And while I at some point had an idea of what each number meant at some point, I low-key forgot. From now on, discarding every single previous video I've made, the numbers mean this. 1 is absolute dog shit that nobody should ever play, even ironically. 5 is an alright game that I wouldn't mind playing, and 10 is the best game ever. I think this system was way more diverse and interesting than 7 being alright, 10 being great, and everything below 6 being varying degrees of dog shit. But with all that in mind, alongside everything else I've said throughout this entire video, I think I'll give No Big Deal a solid 6. Once again, this 6 doesn't mean the game is meh or anything. I think the game is great, but could maybe use a tweak or two. And for those of you wondering how I would place all the games on my previous videos on this new scale, I'll flash it on screen right now. Overall, I think No Big Deal is a pretty good game, but the shooting can be annoying at times and the same missions can only be so interesting for so many times playing them. The social aspect of the game does heavily carry it though, and makes the game fun to play. And returning viewers might remember from the 3008 video that I said that the people there in the game have become a lot less social over the years. And I think I still stick to that for 3008, but I think No Big Deal has done a pretty good job at recreating those social connections I used to make as a kid. And I know I might get hate for saying this, but it's kind of a big deal to me.